Welcome back to Angelo's Tennis, and this is going to be a special edition thanks to some guy named Ollie who commented on my video today and caught me at a good time. Caught me at a good time because I was on my way somewhere and it didn't work out, and I have some energy, so I'm going to look at the map. I'm going to put up on the screen the target, a video on targets. I'm going to put up the court map, and I'm going to show you how to use the court map, or how I would do it. There's some exercises I would do. And I would do this on court with a player, but as I commented on the video, I don't have anyone who's willing to do this, or wants to do it, or is good enough to do it. One of those things I usually don't have, so I don't have the ability to film anything on court at this time. So I'm going to do it this way. So now I'm going to switch to the court map, which I'll put on the screen now. Okay, so here we are. Here's our court map. I know it's kind of hard to see, but this is the best that I have for now, or that I'm willing to do. And certainly I know that only 10 people are going to see this. So I have my purple circle that I'll use here. I'll have my black arrow. This is going to be player black. And we have player orange. And here's the court map. This is what I would do. I would lay out markers. In order for someone to really understand this, if you really wanted a player or yourself to understand this, I'd mark off the whole court. I'd put a line here, a line here, a line here, here, etc. And I wouldn't make actual lines. I would just put dashes. Just one or two lines. Those throwdown lines, so it's laid out kind of like in my other video. You can see I just did a video where the author does a presentation. You can see how he has these markers laid down. That it's not definitive lines. And that's how I do it. And I make sure the player understands what's going on. And I might do something like this. Player black is going to serve to get it in. You could call it a second serve, whatever. I wouldn't, in this specific exercise I'm going to do, I would have him probably serve to here or here, to the right side or the left side. Just give me a right side or a left side. Make sure you get it in. Don't go easy, but don't go for aces either or anything like that. I want the ball in play. This isn't a serve exercise, because this is not a serve exercise. And then I have player orange here. And I might say, okay, player orange, I want you to hit all the balls to 4. That's a pretty big target. And I'd make it easy. Might make it easy at first. See what they can do. See, this is because this is discovery learning. This is an experiment. This is our base court map that we can change. And we're not going to make up specific rules, can and can't, what you should be doing, etc. at first, because tennis is relative. There's a lot of things that can happen. So we want to start pretty open. But as you can see, we have a map. It's not completely open. So server is going to serve it in, black. Black is going to serve it in. Orange is going to serve to 4. And then I might just let them play it out. And then I might play a couple points there. I might go back and forth and do the same thing from this side and kind of see what happens. And then I might teach from there, but let's just say I want to go more specific. So black plays the serve in, orange plays back to 4, and let's say black can get the ball. Black can get it back, and we want him to get it back. And let's say the player orange gets it to 4, and it lands here. Okay, and we got black's going to get a forehand, and I want him to hit that ball. We'll make it a little harder. I want him to hit that to 2R. Okay, so we have the serve here, Orange has to go to 4, and then black is going to go to 2R if it's a forehand. If it's a backhand, he's going to go to 2L. Okay, notice I'm not saying to him, you're going to go, black's going to go, if it goes to your backhand, you're going to go cross court. Okay, this is kind of, you could say this is a more advanced exercise. When I say advanced, I mean for players who've been playing tennis for probably 3 or 4 years. You could do this with a green ball player. If you have 2 compatible ages and levels green ball, you could do this with an orange ball to a certain degree. You can do this with a red ball. But again, they have to, this specific, the way I'm laying it out, probably be more experienced. So, back to this specific exercise. So we have serve, and then to 4, and then forehand going to 2R, backhand going to 2L. And I let them play it out like that until they become more accurate. Meaning orange has to get consistent. Orange task is very simple. Let's back it up here. Orange task, here's the serve. And orange task is simple. To hit it to 4. And it looks simple on the map, but in real, obviously the black is serving to try and win, and it's not as easy, it's not as easy as it looks. So let's say that the first practice, orange is going to 4, and then black is doing that to 2L, 2R. Okay, so let's say we let that play out for a while, and they're practicing it, say 10 minutes. Getting an understanding of it, getting good at it. We can come back to that later. Now they know, they're familiar with it. So now we can say, okay, let's say orange is going to 4, but orange misses to 5 right here, misses right here. So now black is going to be here, down there, and since orange misses to the red zone, black now has to play the ball to 3R. 3R if it's a forehand, keep it simple. 3L if it's a backhand. Okay? If it goes in the red zone. And that's the game. And we can switch it up. We can switch it up to, we can switch the servers. We can also say, okay, well, what if orange misses, but it goes in the court and it lands in 3R or 2R or 2L or 3L. And we could say the point stops. At that point, the point stops. We're only working with 2 targets at this point. So player orange is not supposed to go to 2L, 3R. If it goes there, we stop the point. Now we could use the same drill. We could do the same thing now, the same exercise. Switch players, we do it for 10 minutes, switch servers, And then let's say the orange player again hits it to the red zone. This time, black has to go again to 2L and forehand to 2R. So now, orange goes to 4, player black is going to 2R and 2L. Simplified. If it goes in the red zone, player is going to 2L or 2R or 2L, player black. And we see what happens. Now, of course, in real match scenario, if this ball goes in the red zone, that player has a choice. They can go to 2R. They can go forehand. They can go forehand to 3L or 2L. They don't have to go cross court to 3R or 2R. There's different variations. So this is just the very beginning stages of helping a player understand this. and it's helping them become more accurate. So it's kind of it's open target practice. And then we can go a little further. We can say, okay, so now let's say we can really, and this is one thing, this is like very fundamental. If we're really using this red zone here, we can start to work the red zone. So, okay, ball goes in the red zone. I want you to now I want you to play a drop shot to 1L and play a point out, and a drop shot to 1R. So it would be orange tries to play to 4. If he gets it to the forehand, I want you to play drop shot to 1R. Or you could just say to the opposite side of where the players. Player orange is over here. Let's say returning, and he returns there. I want you to play a drop shot here. And then vice versa, the other side. So we could add in this target. If we want to, we could say, okay, orange goes to 4, and I want you to play hard to 4 right in the middle. Hard to 4 right in the middle. So again, recap there. Server's black. Server plays the serve in here to 2L or 2L or 2R. No, I'm sorry. To the right, we can just say to the right or to the left, 6 or 7. And player orange plays to 4, and player black, no matter what the circumstance is, this is really good. I just watching a lot of women's tennis. This would be something that a women's tennis player, a tactic, practice that a women's player might use. I mean, anyone can use it, but let's say specifically women will use this a lot effectively. The black player will come over, so serve, orange to 4. Black player straight through to 4, hard and flat, back straight ahead to 4. And just get used to doing that, playing that target, working that target. And we could also extend it to, okay, I want you to do, if it's a forehand, I want you to go 3L and get more risky. Or I want you to go 3R if it goes to the backhand. And then what you're going to find, like let's just say this pattern right here. What you're probably going to find is that this is going to be a winner no matter what, if they make it. And then they can start to see, oh, if I hit that target, most of the time it's going to be a winner. If I hit it flat to that target, it's going to be a winner. But let's say orange gets over there and gets it. Then they're probably going to give him a volley or an overhead. So then black is going to get used to following that up with a volley. If that's the case, you can extend. Again, you got to give this time to play out. I mean, everything I just mentioned so far could already be easily over an hour. 10 minutes, 15 minutes each. Easily could be over an hour. I'm kind of rushing through. But then let's say black comes up. Black is going to come up and play the volley here to 2L. And that should end the point. And there's more that we can do with that if it doesn't end the point, etc. But just to give you an idea of how you play out the exercises and how you can make up your own exercises if you know a little bit about tennis. Now, I just watched some a women's tournament, and this here, what you saw a lot of was this, what I just described. This ball goes here hard, and they would get to it, and they'd return a volley that this player would have to play from here, from right about here. And a lot of times the women would let it drop, and they'd end up playing from back here and off the bounce and trying to hit winners here, and it often didn't work. Now, what the player has to get used to here is when I say hit the volley to 2L, you have to hit the target. You have to come up and play this volley, even if you're playing the volley from here. to 2L. You have to, just to see what happens, just to see if it's effective or not. And you can't just judge it based on one shot. So let's say you play that, you end up getting, this player gets a really good ball back and it's kind of high maybe, and you get the volley here. Maybe you have to play a swing volley. You have to get used to playing swing volleys. And the player's going to see this for themselves. And maybe they want to play a volley and they play the volley here. It's kind of awkward, but they get used to keeping it in. It doesn't have to be a winner. Because if you're playing the volley from here, it might be tough. And you can't really make it a winner. So you just got to hit, maybe they learn they just got to hit the target. And Orange gets over there and gets this ball. And then plays it. They run over, they get the ball, and they play a pass here. Now, Black is here, and Black has to learn to anticipate that and play an emergency volley from here to there, to 1R, to finish the point. Or maybe they just go here because it doesn't matter. So let's start this whole thing over. Go back to where we were. Okay, let's take the serve out of it. Let's make it a little more for beginners. Let's say they're really getting used to this. They're having, or you could even just say this is like a warm-up. So we have, let's take the serve out of it. We have player Black, player Orange, and they're both going to hit. If I drew a line, we're going to draw our line right here. Right here's our line. So we have 3, 4, and 3. And player Black is going to vary the ball between 3, 4, and 3. And this is more open. I don't care where it goes. As long as it's in the court in 3, 4, or 3. Same thing for Orange. Orange can do the same thing. You can go cross court, down the line, doesn't matter to me. And they play it out like that for a little bit. Give them some time to get used to it, to get into a rhythm. Once they get the balls going consistently, you know, and mind you, you're playing out. It's a warm up, but you're making it competitive. No winners. No trying to hit the ball super, super hard to end the point. Like you don't want it to come back, but you can still hit the ball. Hopefully that makes sense. They should understand this. So, playing between 3, 4, and 3, and let's say Orange misses to the red zone. Same thing as before. You can say that Black can now go to 3R to end the point. And that's it. You could stop the exercise right there. Forget about the volley, the follow-up, all that. Just, if it goes in the red zone, now you hit 3. And you can make like a point system. So the only time you can score a point is when one person drops, let's say one person like Orange drops it in the red zone. Now you have a chance, Black has a chance to score a point. And Black scores a point if he hits 3R or the target 3R or 3L. If you just hit the target, you win the point. 1-0 Black. You miss it, it's still 0-0. So we back it up. Same game. Feed it in, couple balls, 2 or 3 balls, hitting the targets. If you drop the first one, second one short, just keep playing. And let's say Black drops it in the red zone. Orange got a shot to win a point. He goes to 3L and he misses here. Points over. Still 1-0. And on it goes like that. First to 7 wins. So you can see there's many different ways you can do this with point systems and things like that. I'm just kind of making this up on the fly. So we could go same game. You could have the drop shot. If it goes in the red zone, you got to play a drop shot. We give them the option. You can go drop shot or you can go 3L or 3R. You can go the corners or you can go drop shot. We could even add in a slice and say, if you, let's say Orange drops it in the red zone, I want you to slice it to 2R or 2L. Forehand slice, backhand slice, doesn't matter, and see what happens. But see, you're not going to say, oh, it's in the red zone, I want you to slice it. Here's where the difference between a player who thinks like this and a player who doesn't. Let's say I have that as an example. Ball goes in the red zone, black is going to slice it to 2R or 2L. And this is where you run into kickback from players, because this becomes hard for them. And oftentimes you'll see the coach might say, we're going to work on the slice. And they don't even use this red zone stuff, but let's say they do. Ball goes in the red zone, I want you to hit a slice cross court. And then they start talking about knifing the slice and making a really good slice, and you hear this kind of stuff about that was a really good slice, that was a nasty slice, whatever. And all that's fine. I mean, you can do it like that. You can add that in. But I would say it's more important to hit the target first before you get into any of that. Because you could hit a nasty slice that lands here. And this player, let's say, is here. They're not going to have a problem with that slice. They've been playing tennis for a long time. They're going to come up and they might bang it for a winner here. But see, the thing is, when it's here, when you make your slice here, now the player kind of has an idea of where the ball can go. So let's say you make a slice here and it's an average slice. Orange comes up to play the ball. And you're not doing like the point system. You could do the point system, but let's say you're not doing the point system. Orange comes up to play the ball. And now black can anticipate. Because black, let's say black is here, slice is there, black's going to prepare. Orange comes up, and orange slices it back to here. But black knows that this player is either going to hit somewhere in here, or maybe they're going to hit over here. So black's going to position himself in the middle. And if it does go here, maybe black cuts it off with a volley. You know, who knows what the player is going to do depending on their skill set. But the point is, black has more control over what might happen on his side versus if the ball lands anywhere over here. Okay, so that's important. But really we're working on accuracy first and foremost with this. An accurate task target-oriented game. And kind of what I was saying, that players, what they'll do, say you do this exercise and they start hitting really, really too soft. And maybe you have to make the targets bigger. Maybe you have to say just cross court. But even still, just cross court is so big, that you could even make this box. You could say they could hit the 3L or 2L or 1L, any one of those three, or just the two back. You can make the target a little bit bigger, but you still want them to have a target, a smaller target. Eventually these targets can get really small if they get good. So let's back it up here. Let's look at one more. Let's say you got a player want to work on their defense. Let's say they're a defense specialist or their defense sucks. Either one, they're going to want to work on their defense. Everyone's going to. Ideally, you want to work on everything. You want to be good at everything. So, but your time is usually limited. So, player orange. Let's say player orange is going to play. They get to play 2L and 2R. That's it. Those are their options. Black is going to play defense. So black is going to play to zone 4. And if black misses, let's say if black misses short, then if black misses short meaning inside this line, to 2L, 2R, the red zone, then orange can go away from 2R or 2L. in order to end the point. So we could say orange is going to go 2R, 2L, black's going to go to 4. If black misses it short, orange can play to 3L to end the point for a winner. And you can stop the point right there. You could keep it going. You could continue and what the next step is. But that's the pattern that orange is going to want to learn. Black is playing defense to 4. See, black's going over here, playing this ball to 4. Then maybe black's recovering and then back there, playing to 4. Recovers again. Maybe this time they're over here. And then split step, they're back over here. And then recover, they're back over here. You can see this is the pattern that black is running. And getting a lot of work back there, getting used to this defense. Same thing, if orange misses short or misses to the red zone, now black has permission to end the point somewhere. And you could be more specific about the targets. You could say, okay, black, if it goes in the red zone, has to hit this target. If they hit it, they get the point. 1-0. Orange is going here, back and forth, or just auto over here. And then when they get the red zone ball, they got to go to one of the corners. They make it 1-1. This can be a very long and frustrating game, I understand. But that's how I would do it. There's some examples of how I would do it. And I would alternate depending on how the comfort level of the players. Like someone like me, I'd probably be okay with this. It really wouldn't bother me. I could keep the game going. But if they have trouble keeping the game going, then maybe the game needs to be altered, or maybe you alternate it with hitting out for a little bit. Let them hit out and play points. So maybe you're doing this exercise and then you, if the game's not going, you stop and say, okay, open game, just ball goes in, play the point out. And do that for maybe 5 points and get them moving. You don't want to let them stop because they're so uncomfortable that they're kind of freezing up and they can't play freely. So you can do that as well. If you think it's not that troublesome, you can alternate it in with free play. And that maybe, hopefully that will loosen them up a little bit more. So maybe I'll do this again. I'll see what the reception is like, see if it was the communication on how this works with this format works well. Maybe I'll do some more. I hope you enjoyed this mini teaching session for how these target zones work.